Hello YouTube, Ronan Kazi here with another build video of the red build I recently showed you. It's a legendary build, it's a legendary red build. Here we're doing Manning National Zoo and we're going to a place I've never been before. I normally fight this down below with my Jammer Pulse. The groups have fought it back there where we ran out of. This is an area over here that's a little tiki bar, I guess. And we normally don't fight from over here, but we're going to fight from over here. So this is the level right before you go to the final. If you get smoked here, if you wipe here, it's all over. But it's been a great group so far. The group leader has a tank build. He has all kinds of different builds. He's a pretty good player. And I want to do something different, so I'm enjoying this part. Again, this is the build that has a couple of improvised pieces of gear that I can mod those. It has an unbreakable chest piece, has a red mask, I think. And I have BTU SU gloves, which allow me to throw out heals quite a bit. The core, I have 4 core reds. I have a blue, which is perfectly opportunistic. And I have the yellow on the BTSU. So I have 4 red, 1 yellow, 1 blue. But on the secondary attributes, I have a lot of regen and I have repair as much as I can. So the point of this build is, number 1, for me to stay alive. And if I'm healing people by accident, so be it. Now, I found in this, I'm also a survivalist. And when I played survivalist a long time ago, I couldn't stand the little roller ball because it didn't heal the way I wanted it to do. And I don't know if this has been a change since it first came out, but now I really love it because it's a smart healer. It goes around to different things. You can direct it to, but it just goes to whoever needs healing. And the part of this build is not to focus on healing, but just to focus on doing my damage. Being a shotgun person, whenever I'm in a situation where people are ranged, it's not the best for this build. So I kind of wait for those opportunities where there's not a lot of ammo, then I gotta be conservative with my ammo. Sometimes I might go to a blue screen as my fallback. Experimented around with a couple of different ARs. And when I've tried to do different AR, the other thing I'm going to tell you is I try to have like a chassis or a frame that I build builds around. And so I haven't quite figured out, you know, I try to put an AR situation on here and it's not quite as powerful. It's intoxicating how well I go down. It's intoxicating how well Scorpio handles people. So this yellow's not going to hurt me. He can hide me all he wants. I have 70% reduction. So I'm waiting for things like this. I'm scared of purples. I'm scared of reds. But yellows, I have no fear. I should probably, but I don't. And you can see Unbreakable fires off. And we're not in a great position. With a different build, this would be fantastic, right? So imagine if this was a high skill build or a high DPS, weapon DPS, you would just kill people out that doorway. Part of it, the visibility sucks. And I'm resisting the temptation to put on a different build to play this part because I just want to see how good this build is. And so, spoiler alert, we're going to make it through here. We end up facing the boss. We get all the way to the bosses. But I didn't have enough healing to keep everyone up. So the group leader switches to his tank build. He then goes, kills everything outside the landing spot. Me and the 3 other people, I keep them up. They do the damage. And I'm in my yellow build and I'm pulsing, you know, every 20 seconds. Not every 12 seconds like I like to. But I have my legendary yellow build. But this build was just as good. We got to the bosses, and one of the folks in here, I've heard someone mention before, if you get inside their shield, the 2 last bosses, and we put them down pretty fast, or we put a dent in them really fast. So they obviously knew the trick. I didn't. I just watched them, but I'm incompetent, so I couldn't do what they did, but I tried to mimic them. So what you're seeing is the progression of this build from, okay, I got the core pieces. I try to switch out opportunistic, but opportunistic ends up being great. Also with survivalists, which I didn't mention, your teammates get 10% damage to status effect enemies. With the shotgun, you end up putting 20% on them, and with opportunistic, you put 15%. So when I'm in a group, potentially I'm putting 45% increase in the damage for them. So that build, I miss it when I switch out of it. I try to start this with the AR, and you can see that Unbreakable. I still haven't done anything about catching these bullets. Long time ago, I watched someone do a build videos, and they were just doing the first section of DCU. And they had a thing where in Legendaries, you don't stay up for more than 2 seconds.
Serious trauma detected.
And when you get grenaded like that, you should be rolling out of there. So that's one idea to show you this build. Again, I told you I was going to show you more things with this build in here. And the shotgun part is really consequential. It does make a big difference. When I did another Legendary Summit, the last couple floors, and then I just stayed with this build in the last floor. Normally I switch the last floor of the Summit to throw out traps, but I just kept this build and we just rolled anyways. I ended up dying in that. I ran through a cloud of corrosive gas and I didn't throw out my healing. I still have a problem with healing. The other benefit of this build is that if I ever use a kit, then it heals everyone. So I'm kind of in a good thing to heal, but again, the purpose isn't to heal with this build. The purpose is to stay alive. Availability. And in this case, I can do decent weapon DPS. I'm never at the top of the charts, but I'm always putting crowd control on people, and I'm putting the debuff on people. I think other people are better weapon DPS people than I. But I got a surprise for you. Wait, there's more. Am I going to show you the boss fight? Because that's what Ronin Kazi would normally do. And I kind of lamented about people that change the video and cherry pick the great scenes of their video. But wait, there's more. And now we're going to go into the boss fight with District Union. Now, this group I was with was a high DPS group. And this is what it feels like to be carried. I know I don't put out a lot of DPS. These guys I'm with just put out a shit ton of DPS. And we're going to go through this pretty fast. And then it's going to, I don't think it's the fastest I've ever put down the boss, but it's pretty darn quick. Again, you fight this fight, I believe, counterclockwise. You start where we started, then you roll around. They're going to start coming over here. And now you start getting them as they jump over. Put out the hive to heal my teammate, and then you just start putting it down on this way. You're going to stay here for this wave and the next wave, and then you're going to kind of go straight in the middle for the next thing. My partner over there took out the person coming in the middle, and I'm just focused on these people jumping across. Again, this is just a pickup group, but these were all seasoned veterans in this, and it made it easy. That's why I'm doing some of these videos, so you kind of see some of these techniques. It's not the only way to fight it. You can fight it any way you want. These are just some tried and true ways that can help. And I'm just tossing that as much as I can. So now we're all ready to the boss coming on. So this is good. We've cleared that. These guys just clear all the ads, and then we're going to get the boss. Now, if my build is as good as I think it is, I'm going to go right up into his face because I got 70% reduction to yellow. So even when he does that blast, I have my little whoop-de-doo roly-poly healing, and I have my hive. So he's already smoking. He's already trying to heal, and we're just going to get right up on him. What could I have done better in this? I should have killed my hive and then reset it out. So that's the new build. That's what you can do with it. Again, I'm going to have some variations at a certain point, but I played a lot with this build. I'm starting to feel comfortable and leaving it. I played with some great players. I played with a guy that was in tank build the other day that was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. We did, all I've been doing was legendaries. We did title base, and then he just went out and killed all the things by himself. We stayed in the room. I hate staying in that room, but I was healing everyone, so. You probably can do legendary with a lot of different builds, but appreciate everyone. Thanks. Have a good day. Ronin Kazi out.